Congratulations, Jim, on winning your second straight international contest, or is this the first?
My first international. Last year I was fifth internationally, and I was the North American and United States champion, fifth in the world. This year I won the World Championship in the OLC contest, we call it in the Soaring world. It's a worldwide contest in which 10,981 pilots competed this year. The contest counts your 6 best flights. You go fly the flight, use your GPS flight recorder to record where you went. You come back, you load your flight log into the internet, and they score the flight for distance. And I had the best score for my 6 flights this year. In 6 flights, I did 9,170 kilometers, which is 5,697 miles. Average distance is 949 miles per flight for 6 flights. So all the flights were done in the Sierras between Rosamond and Reno. I had a lot of fun. 62.9 hours of flying time. I went from Mojave to Bishop to Gorman to Reno to Mojave to Kern, actually north of Kern, and then back and landed at Rosamond. It's about 1,117 miles.
How long did it take you to do that?
That was about 11.5-hour flight. My leg from Mojave to Reno back to Mojave was a U.S. record for speed over a 1,000-kilometer out and return course, 107 miles an hour.
Really? Well, congratulations again.
Well, thank you, John.
This is Deputy Dianna Ortiz. She's the new school resource officer for the school district for South Kern Unified.
And I met you before, and you hail from Bakersfield area.
Yes, I do.
And how do you find Rosamond so far?
It's actually a very pleasant town. I'm enjoying my time here very much.
Good. And you got around to see all the schools?
So far, yes.
And you live out of the area, I understand, up in Tehachapi?
Yes.
Now, were you trained for this type of work specifically, or is...
I was not trained specifically for it. However, I was asked and I gladly accepted.
And what do you think is the biggest challenge in this post?
Just learning this new position is an extreme challenge. So it's all new, and of course, like everything else, it takes a little time to get used to it. But I'm enjoying it, so.
Well, I think you'll find the community very supportive of law enforcement here, and we certainly wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Having solved the destructive nature of the fires, what I would encourage folks to do, we historically have prepared a lot for earthquakes, but I think we need to give the fires either more weight or just as much weight as earthquake preparedness, because when those fires come through, you have very, very limited time to prepare. Because with a fire, you have to evacuate. With the earthquake, you're taking shelter. With a fire, you have to evacuate.
Move fast?
Very, very fast. The fires, and the thing about the fires, not only are it's moving fast, it gets very dark, you can't really see, and with all the sirens and all the noise, a lot of people become disoriented out there.
And you were saying that you have to keep people away from their homes, which makes you out to be a bad guy.
Yeah, you do, because what winds up happening, once they're told to evacuate, people are still trying to get in, to get their property, to check on their properties, and as a law enforcement agent, we're told to keep people out. Fire department is trying to do structure protection and work the area, and chasing people away, they look at us as being the bad guy there.
But all your guys got in and out okay?
Everyone got in and out okay, and I will tell you, this as a communities here in Southern California, as a state, our firefighters are some of the best people in the world, because again, they're out here doing structure protection with the fire 5-10 yards feet away from them, and they're still fighting the blaze to protect people's property. So they do a wonderful job, and it's kind of reassuring to know that we have that kind of commitment from all the fire agencies, not just LA City, LA County, but up and down in the entire state of California.
On behalf of the Rosamond Chamber of Commerce, you're going for another grant this year.
Yes, we are. We're going to work again with the Rotary Club of Rosamond. We're going to work with the MAC, and we're going to apply for $20,000, and we're going to build a website which is going to advertise all of the stuff that we have in Rosamond, like the hotels and the airport and different things like this. And we're going to put this on. So we had a lot of help with the Rosamond News about how we can put this on YouTube and a lot of things. And so as soon as we get this all put together, we will have a report and we'll have something going. But we have to get it all in because this is going to advance Rosamond into the 21st century. We're going to be on the web, the international.
Good, super. So Landsgaard, you're throwing your hat in the ring for the RMAC directorship.
Yes, John, I went and signed up to run for one of the 3 vacant seats for the Rosamond Municipal Advisory Council that would be an election in November, provided there was more than 3 people running.
All right.
And as you know, there's only 3 people running, so there will be no election. And if the supervisor holds true to form as he did the last time that happened, the 3 people who applied will be appointed. And that includes Rick Webb, who is the current president of the Rosamond Municipal Advisory Council, Terry Landseedel, a longtime realtor here in town, and myself, as you know, an attorney and former school board member.
Why do you want to serve on the RMAC board, and what would you plan to accomplish during your term there?
Well, the first reason to serve on the RMAC board is to understand that it is a municipal advisory council, that it's the eyes and ears for the 2nd District supervisor. We don't have a city, we don't have a city planner. There's a lot of things that, everything from services to planning to a number of things that the board of supervisors need to know about. RMAC serves that function of putting together a lot of things, from working with Edwards Air Force Base, working with Antelope Valley College, working with the school district, working with the community service district. All those things are not under the purview of the board of supervisors, but are an integral part of the Rosamond community. And it's very important that we put all those together and work together to build Rosamond up into a community that's represented and our voices heard, because we know best what's good for Rosamond.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you, John.
The AVAC water bypass that will be non-chloraminated is now, the price tag has been reevaluated to about $500,000, which makes it much more attractive for us to make that connection and to have AVAC water as a backup supply. There are times will be very, very beneficial that we'll need that. So it's going to be a very simple adaptation and taking the water before the ammonia is added, and so that the water for Rosamond will be absolutely 100% ammonia-free.
All right, now the RCSD board voted to pursue that tonight.
We voted tonight to pursue that. We're going to do it in stages. We're going to do a very small adaptation for further construction later on in the spring. So we'll do it in stages as we can dole out the money, and then hopefully if we need the AVAC water by spring, or by summer, we'll have that connection ready.
Is AVAC okay with this?
Yes, they're okay with it. They agreed to allow that connection to happen so that we could get non-chloraminated water.
Great, thank you very much.
I spent some time looking through the proposition, and I'd like to provide some information on what I've learned.
On the train, the high-speed train. In summary, is it good for Rosamond or not good for Rosamond?
I think in the big picture, it's not good for Rosamond because it takes away funds that could be used for other things that would better benefit Rosamond. The way the train will work is it will greatly benefit people in San Francisco and LA, but places like Rosamond that won't have a station will not benefit near as much.